Available for sponsorship.
Right, and we're live.
There you guys are. All right.
Okay, we can't say bad things anymore.
I don't think we were.
Oh, well, I was thinking it.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Midday Modeler. I am Senior Editor Cody Grivno, along with Trains.com Director David Popp. And David, we have big news about the East Troy.
Yes, it's done.
Woo-hoo!
Just don't look at that side. And you're in good shape. But no, Cody and I finished this up, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
And when we got in, was it only last week we were shooting photos?
Yeah, last week
Oh my
Thursday.
gosh. Yeah, so only a week ago we shot the photos for the January issue. The cover's gonna look rocking.
Mm-hmm.
I really love it. Looks great. And so you get to see that. But we've got plenty of stuff to share on the layout. Now we did it in phases, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of people working here. I mean, Bryson helped out at the initial phases, and you were working with him.
Yeah.
Then I kind of came in with the scenery and the ballasting, and we finished it off. Added a park, which is a really neat scene here as well.
It's kind of a fun little detail, something you don't usually see on a model railroad, which is kind of nice. Yeah, go ahead, Sean. Get in there. Sean is behind the camera today. Where's Jenny?
She was in yesterday.
Not that we missed Jenny, but
Yeah, this is a fun little scene, taking advantage of a lot of the neat prizer figures that are available now. We got like the, I think what do they call them, Nordic walkers? Is that
Nordic
right?
walkers,
Yeah.
right? They got the poles, ski
And
poles.
then you got the, is that roller skates or roller
she's
blades?
got roller skates on, yeah, a little more old school, but
And a
kids
bicycle
with ball.
rider.
You know what? I figured we're gonna move those kids eventually. I'm gonna put them over at the fence, looking out at the tracks, because that's where I would be.
Yes, I agree. I would be too. And the fence really adds a nice touch. I know that was a late ad, David, but it really kind of helps define the
Well,
area.
we didn't want to put the fence down until we were absolutely done with all the other scenery work because
Right.
we don't want to shear it off. So.
Yeah, and of course, today's going to be a lot of fun, David. You know, in addition to the equipment that you've weathered there on the Canadian National line, you can see we've kind of a bit of a time warp going on here. Because
Yes, and I
the
see you
Chicago-
haven't weathered your equipment there, so.
No, sir. But I will get to that sometime. But we have a CB&Q train here, as well as a New Haven Bud car. So that can only mean one thing. We are going to be doing some fun running today. And
We are indeed.
have a lot of great stuff on tap. We have HO scale models. We have some G scale. What else do we have, David? We have an unboxing, I think?
We got an unboxing,
Yeah,
yeah. Renee and Lucas have got some stuff for CTT fans, and you've got some really cool things to share too. But.
That's right, yeah. We've had a lot of HO and N scale models come in recently, so a lot of good stuff to share at the breaking news desk, as we call it. And we also have a new magazine to share with you too that just came in today.
Oh,
So-
yeah, great model ribbons.
So with that, why don't we start off by taking a look at this Walther's Proto GP7 here. This just came in
go
a
ahead,
few weeks
Cody.
ago. And we did the review video for it yesterday, but as you can see, this is a nicely detailed model. Has a lot of prototype-specific parts on it. It has that vapor heater here behind the cab. It's got the steam generator detail on the top. The lighting features on this are pretty cool too. So I'm going to have Sean come around here. We're going to focus on this upper light here. So the top light is the gyro light. So I'll hit function 5 and you'll see it starts to kind of simulate that gyro light pattern. And then I'm going to turn that off for a second. I'll go to shift 11 and that's going to activate the red emergency light. So you should be seeing a red light there. Are we seeing that, Sean? Yep, there we go. So some kind of cool prototype-specific lighting features here. So I'll go ahead and I'll turn on the headlight and we will just do a little bit of running with it. Sean, I gotta make sure my turnouts are aligned. I know we have Eric White on tap as well, and he brought in some of his Lehigh Valley equipment, so we're going to get to see a lot of different trains running on the East Troy Industrial Park today.
Yeah, my RDC is standing in for the East Troy Trolley Museum because we have no trolleys with Dakotas in them right now.
Right, and that's something we need to work on. That's kind of a next phase project, but it's kind of a fun part rebuilding the MRT. We've kind of had a chance, like we talked during the videos, David, to kind of put our stamp on it because with the old MRT, we were kind of picking up with the pieces of other
Kelly
people's.
and Gordy and Andy and all the old hands, which was fine, and we put our stamp on some of that too, but it wasn't really our own. This one's our own.
Yep.
So So while we're watching Cody's train run there, you're going to notice that suddenly we run out of scenery, and that is a planned thing. Oh, we left the caboose back under the bridge. That is a planned thing. The idea being that we finish the first section of the layout, which we're calling Phase 1, which includes the part of the Railroad Museum and the interchange track with the CN and some nice scenery. We're moving into what's going to be Phase 2 or Phase 3 of the layout, depending on what we decide to tackle next. But the industrial park of East Troy Industrial Park pretty much is all of the town of East Troy, and various businesses that either exist there currently or are things that we have moved there from other locations.
Right, and I tell you one thing that's been fun to watch is Eric's plant here. He is doing some just amazing work with these generators.
Oh my gosh, the
rings.
work he put in on those little generators that all line up along the wall there alone is stellar. It's going to be a neat complex when he's done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's been the fun thing watching this and having some rail-served industries here. I know Central Link, that was a real nice addition here, taking advantage of a new Walther's kit with the precast concrete walls.
Oh yeah, that's like infinitely kit bashable. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, that could be anything from, like, we have it as the ink plant. It could be a warehouse. It could be I remember growing up, there was a Caterpillar distributorship that was built using that kind of construction. So
yeah, you can do a lot of different things with it. It's really great. All right, Cody, where are we headed here?
So we're just going to head to the end of the line here. I'm just going to get my train out of the way. But you can kind of see, here's some more of the other parts of the layout here. This is going to be a plastics plant over here where these 4 freight cars are lined up right now.
Yeah, Walther's, amazingly enough, came out with a new low-relief plastics plant that's going to work great.
Yeah, we have that here, so that'll be one of my projects. We got the Menards transload facility here. And then, of course, our old friend here came off the second iteration of the MR&T. This is a project by Art Curran.
Yeah, sorry, I did not get more plug ports set in around the layout. We stopped there because I ran out of cable. So
We're good.
but our wireless system went down a couple of weeks ago, and we haven't been able to get it back up. So
This will get us over to the end of the line here, and we'll
stop the red push pin.
Yes. Do not pass the push pin. Do
Yes,
not
do
collect
not.
$200. So. Call that good, and I will get this back over to the plug port here for the next operator.
All right.
So yeah, since we're here, I can also talk about some of the new products that have come in recently. We'll start off with another Walther's product here, the new run of the scale test cars. Now this is a project that I was really excited about. I remember seeing these quite often on the locals growing up. Now one thing I should say is don't confuse this latest run of scale test cars with the old kits from many years ago. So these are the 2 new cars here. These are metal construction. They have a lot of nice heft to them. One other cool thing is you can see that certain road names have the factory installed and lettered placards on them, just like the prototype. Now, some people of a certain age, myself included, will remember the old scale test car kits from back in the day. So don't confuse these two. These are new models. Like I said, a lot of separately applied details, prototype-specific parts, prototype-specific brake. You got the handbrake here, the vertical brake staff. You've got the factory installed wire grab irons. A lot of nice painting and printing on these. You can also see, too, that the side access doors here are different. So like the CN one here has a wheel, where the BN version has the release latch bar on it. So these are priced at $49.98 a piece. Different road names here include Archer Daniels Midland, Canadian National, Burlington Northern, Chessie System, Conrail, Rock Island, Union Pacific, and painted gray with data only. So these are hitting hobby shop shelves right now, 1 road number per paint scheme. They're very free rolling, as you can see by our desk here. So this is the first of a few different items we'll be looking at today. David, next, where do we want to head to?
You know what? I'm going to run my RDC at least to the passing side.
Oh,
so
right.
if Sean wants to follow me around, we can do that.
If I had my bell with me, I'd hit a ding ding button first.
Oh, where's the bell? Oh, the bell has disappeared.
This might be a question for both Cody and David, or anybody else. Chris wants to know, what's your favorite method for making cornfields?
Cody, you've done cornfields more recently than I have.
Yeah, I've used a few different kits over the years. We used the Bush kit, Blueford Shops made a cornfield kit as well. Those are a couple different options that I have used. I know that JTT Scenery Products also makes corn in, I believe, HO and O scale for sure, maybe in other scales as well. So that's an option as well. The one thing with cornfields, though, is regardless the method you use, you need a lot of it to make it look convincing.
Yes.
And that was something we found on the MRT, is that oftentimes what seemed like was going to be a large cornfield turned out to be kind of a glorified garden plot. So what we wound up doing is we would have just a few rows in the foreground and then take advantage of commercial backdrop kits, such as one on the MRT that I used that was produced by Scenic King. So it made it look like the cornfield carried on much farther than it really did. So that's an option where if you just maybe have like, you know, a handful of rows in the foreground and let the background do the rest of the legwork, you'll be in good shape there.
That's amazing.
Oh!
You
Thank you very
snare drum,
much.
too.
You got a good ear for humor there, kid. Oh!
That's so corny.
Oh boy.
All right, back to David.
Please.
Quick.
So I'm running my Rapido Trains New Haven RDC today, number 46. We're starting at the depot. Now, one thing I will tell you is that I took my Rapido Trains RDC and I installed a capacitor pack in it and love it. Absolutely love it because it never stalls on anything, which is great. Now watch it stall as we leave the depot here. I should have turned my bell on, sorry. You can see inside the windows, you'll see that the museum is doing big passenger business today. The RDC has got a lot of people on board. Another fun thing on the layout too is for the first time we used pretty much these Walther's switch machines. Love them, absolutely love them. As soon as I clear here, I'll set the turnout back to the main. Now you're probably wondering, why does my RDC make steam whistle noises? And that's because the New Haven used Hancock whistles on a lot of its diesel locomotives and its RDC fleet instead of your standard air horns. They had some air horns too, but for quite a while they were, at least in the 50s, a fan of the Hancock whistle, which just tapped right into the airline on the equipment. All right, we'll let Cody be able to come back with his train here. So what I'm going to do is, at least for the time being, I'll pull the RDC into the siding that's down here in East Troy. You'll notice that we've got a track here that will ultimately extend off the layout. Eventually, we want to make a plug-in section that comes off kind of on an angle here to put the trolley museum. The trolley museum's got some nice barns. It's got a really neat old brick substation that it uses as its main museum. And so we'd like to build something that plugs in here and then extends off to the side, ultimately. Obviously, my RDC is not going that way today, and to tell you the truth, these 18-inch radius curves that we put in here, while they're great for trolleys, not necessarily great for the long wheelbase on the RDC. All right, I'm going to hold up here, wait for Cody to come back. He got hauled away for something here.
The man is working. There's a coupler emergency.
A coupler emergency, oh no. Alright, so you are locomotive what?
204, baby.
204. There you go.
All right.
You know what we'll do is let's put you up on the interchange track.
Oh, sure.
I think we'll give you back in there. Okay, I'll line your turnouts for you. Should be set to go.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't have the sound-equipped version of the CBQ way car there from Walther. Otherwise, I could use the peanut whistle sound effect.
Oh, yeah.
Too, so.
That'd be great.
Let's see. Lined around you.
While Sean's over on this end, I do want to say that what we're using for parking lot right now for equipment that we've taken off the layout so we can run other things today, this is going to be our transload area on the railroad. And I think, KJ, you and I had talked, and Eric as well, that this is going to be, believe it or not, the next part we're going to work on the railroad for video and then articles and things of that nature too, once we get that all done and run in the magazine. But big open space. Basically, we based our terminal off of the activities of the SMS rail lines in New Jersey, and they transload just about anything and everything, including plastic pellets and propane, and we're going to have a corn syrup terminal in here, all sorts of stuff. They bring in reefers, mechanical reefers, and they offload frozen French fries and other things to trucks. So a lot of cool stuff that we can put into this location, and so this will probably have 3 tracks in it. Ultimately, by the time it's done, it's got a nice fan shape to it already. So that's going to be pretty cool. And you'll notice too that the track just ends here with a red push pin at the moment, and that is because eventually we want to be able to add more on. This space that we're in right now is our main workshop. The new MR&T is not necessarily going to live in here full time until it'll stay here till we get all the rest of this done, but it's made to break up into 3 pieces and be moved. And we're going to take and put it into our storage space here once we do some reorganizing in there. So that'll give us more room to add on this direction and on the other end too, which should be pretty neat. I know, we're running trains and I'm talking. Poor Sean's tied up with me and you're missing the fun.
You signal for the grade crossing, Cody.
Yeah, where's your guy with the flag at least? No, our truck is gone. Where did the truck? Oh, our mail carrier disappeared. Oh, I see. You had to take off all the non.
Yeah, we needed to make it kind of late 1960s here. We'd be looking 60s.
You know what we should do is we should duplicate every vehicle that's normally on the layout.
Yes.
With different era counterparts. So that when we have a 40s locomotive, you got 40s vehicles for the mail truck and the pickup truck. When we're doing the 60s, you got those vehicles. That would be fun.
David, what was the layout that did that in Chicago?
Oh, really?
MR covered it in the 80s, 70s, 80s. The Batavia Club?
Oh, the Batavia Club, yeah. When they would change operating schemes, they would completely redress the layout, which is totally cool. For today, since we're running all sorts of things. Yeah, good call, Cody. That one does not have a push pin at the top of the hill, so. All right. There we go. Get my vehicles back. Well, what are we doing next?
Well, I know we've got CTT has some exciting news. They have a new product that they are going to be unboxing for us.
Let's go take a look.
Yeah, and I know Lucas is also busy. He's going to show off some of his large-scale dead rail equipment over in our spray booth. He has a nice loop of track set up.
In the spray booth?
No, not in the booth. Not in the spray booth room.
The spray booth is big, but it's not that big.
No. So over in the paint shop room there, I should say. So, okay, well, I don't track down and see where Renee and Lucas are at to see what the unveiling is going to be.
Before you get too far there, Cody, I'll add one more thing. Our good buddy and contributing editor, Jerry Leone, says he uses Bush Maysfield corn for his layout. So on the Buena Vista, that's what you see there. So
yeah.
While you guys are gone, I'm going to bring the RDC back to the station. So these
sounds
passengers can go do other things today.
So we'll head through our workshop here. We got Eric. Looks like he's got some of his stuff ready for the fun runs.
Yeah.
So.
Got some couplers on.
All right.
Take off the horn hooks.
We will check back with Eric in a little bit. Of course, the Winston-Salem southbound is still here. But we're going to head over to Studio B and see what Renee and Lucas are up to. I know they've got some exciting news to share with you, so I will turn it back over to them.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, everyone. Well, this is really Lucas's show.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, maybe not. It's both our shows.
Yes.
We have an unboxing today of a new Lionel engine.
Yes, we do. This is the new Lionel Legacy Heavy Mikado. This was first announced in the 2024 Volume 2 catalog, and they've just started making their arrival around this month. And this is Sioux Line 1003.
And this is courtesy. We want to give our friends at Summerfeld's in Butler, Wisconsin a shout out for loaning us the engine. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Matt. Most appreciated.
And we thought we would unbox it. We have the test track here to set it up and fire it up and see how it goes.
Yep, absolutely. And just in case here, we also have Ken here who can be our support as well. So
He just gave a thumbs up.
yeah, excellent.
So do you want to, Lucas, I know you're familiar with the prototype history of this engine.
A little bit. So it was built in 1913 by the American Locomotive Company, built for the Sioux Line. The Mikados were very versatile, and that was something that the Sioux Line pretty much wanted, a locomotive that can go to different parts of its network, pulling freight, passenger, mostly was a freight engine.
You want us to put it here?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. It was retired in 1959. It was relocated to Superior, Wisconsin for display. There were multiple attempts to restore the locomotive operation. The success happened in 1996, so it's been pretty much running on and off here on excursions, and now these days it is at the Wisconsin Auto Museum in Hartford, and it still operates today for photo charters and community events.
So an engine that is not too far from home.
Right, and it is a Steam Star.
Like I said, I somehow expected it to be so much bigger, but I don't know.
You know, the Mikados, what I'm really starting to like about this class is that you can still define it as big steam, but it's not something that's like too crazy big.
Yeah, like big boy big.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
like
where
big
you
boy.
need
Or
a
even like-
giant
yeah.
layout to run it.
Or like a Northern, so even that's pretty big.
So what do we have here? Let's see. We have the locomotive, the tender. What is this?
So this here is for if you need to unscrew the pins here from the side rods.
Oh, they give you a piece. That's cool.
Yep. So that way, if you need to replace
some traction
traction tires, couplers. This is also if you want to put a KD coupler. So if you want to replace the
Put the scale couplers
correct.
on.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, well, let's do the tender first.
Yep.
And oh, I like that they have a custom stamp in the styrofoam. That's interesting. That looks nice.
It does.
Got that fresh smell about it.
Yep. The decal looks really good.
The
So-
detail looks really good. Oh, you gotta take the foam
Got
piece
the
out. It
seal
looks
line.
like it's real coal, I think.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and I'll pull that out.
A pickup roller on the bottom.
Yep.
2 pickup rollers. Got some nice detailing on the bottom.
Looks like it's got, I think it's got 2 speakers in there. Oh yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, it does have 2 speakers.
So this thing should sound pretty good. So we'll go ahead, we'll set this down.
You haven't used this test track before, but
It's one roller. All right,
right.
now for the locomotive.
all right. Ta-da! I see they have some nice piece in here to cushion it.
Yep, some nice protection.
Now, full disclosure, you'd heard something about this locomotive.
Yeah, so one of the things with 1003 that's kind of a signature feature, and pretty much a majority of Sioux Line steam locomotives, is that the headlight is usually positioned a little bit higher up on the smoke box. That was something that was offered in the Volume 2 catalog. Obviously,
But it's
it's
not there.
right. It's pretty much centered like a lot of URSA heavy Mikados are.
Yeah, well, we, our friends at Sommerfeld alerted you to that. So
Yes.
I reached out to Lionel, and they're aware of the problem. And anybody who buys one, reach out to Lionel's customer service, and they will send a replacement part that is correct.
Right. Now, keep in mind, that's just going to be for 1003.
Right.
The different type of Mikados that they have, will have their own different,
Have the different
different
specific
features.
details.
Right.
So.
But for this one specifically, 1003, they're fully aware of the problem and they're going to be course correcting that.
That's right. So they, that's good to know ahead of time.
Yes.
So if you want to get the correct one, talk to us, customer service at Lionel.
Right.
So, all right.
Pull it out
Maybe
and-
I'll let you here. As you lift, I'll take this foam piece with you.
There we go. And you just pull that forward.
There we go. That's a nice piece. That really works well.
Yeah, it's pretty good here for the keeping everything nice and secure, especially if you're doing transport. I'll pull the other one out.
Now this engine is from the Legacy line.
Correct.
So it's got all the typical features, I assume, that you would expect with engines of this caliber.
That's right. It's got whistle steam, whistle smoke, obviously the norm. It also has the new 4-digit that's become the custom for the base
Voice
3.
addressing, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it also does have the Bluetooth, so if you want to run it on the Bluetooth app, you can. The one thing here, and this is in this sand dome, no, this is the steam dome right here. That is where they have the switches. So program, run, and then
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
interesting.
Yep,
Okay.
and then they have a switch here that you can switch from either Bluetooth or you switch to 4-digit code on the Cat 3.
Okay.
So just to keep that in mind. And probably the same here for all the other Mikados as well. So we'll go ahead, we'll place this on the rollers, fire it up and see what it does. Let's see here.
Do you happen to know how many road names this was available in?
This came in 6. So this was 6 officially from Lionel, and I'm sure that if you go to, say, Mr. Muffin's here, they'll also have some custom runs as well.
Right, yeah, Mr. Muffin is sort of the king of the custom runs. So.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, you've got everything hooked up to the test track.
Yep.
So
One thing I want to do is I want to prime up the smoke unit.
that's right. Is it just one filler for both?
Yes,
Okay.
from what I saw.
Okay, well, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 1.
Right, yeah, there's sometimes here, depending on, especially if you have whistle steam and how far back it is,
Right.
it'll have its own reservoir where you have
Yes.
to put in the hole separately. But from what it looked like, especially with the research gathered, it looks like it's just one fill reservoir
Okay. That's
under the
nicer,
smokestack.
actually. I just one and done. You know?
Absolutely. You gotta
Oh,
bring
so
out
you
the
can use
phone.
the app?
Yes, I'm going to be using the app.
Okay.
So, all right, let's fire it up. See what she does.
This is legit. You haven't run this before.
No, I have not.
let's Cross our fingers. Is it in neutral? I don't see any lights on. Oh, there we go. That's nope, no lights yet.
Scan for engine.
Not showing. Oh,
There we go. There we go.
Wow, it's got nice marker lights. Oh, smoke's coming already.
Let me see here. So I got smoke.
A
A lot of smoke too.
That's right, right in my face.
Yeah.
Help it scan, so that's good. Lighted cab.
Let me just check and make sure the volume here is on.
Is it?
Let's see here. Just to keep in mind, folks, here, this is our first time running this, so program run,
You wanna
Bluetooth.
show it? You can show,
Yep, you can show here where the switches are.
Switches. Is it all on? I can't quite. Looks like it's all on. Oh, yeah, movement.
Yep, we got movement. Just check and make sure here that we have our volume working.
Trying to blast this out of her.
Yeah, it. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it does.
Jumping in a few minutes.
We'll see if it does that. So we got smoke from the whistle.
I see that.
That's a good thing.
And the side rod, there's a move for a second.
Actually, let me hang on one moment. Let me just. I think I might have figured out what was going on here. So I got the roll. I got.
wait.
Yeah, the rollers are probably on their own. So
I see
sorry about
that.
that, folks.
Oh, it's all right. That's we're live.
Yep. So if I just bring this here, the
I see
rollers.
it was in the, kind of on the edge.
Yeah. Yep. So obviously the it wasn't connecting right. So let me just let's get her here.
Need some help? Or you good?
I think I got it. There we go. My apologies, folks. Well, at least we know the engine works, so that's a good sign.
That is a good sign.
All right. We'll try this
That's
again.
kinda, is that supposed to be crooked like that?
Oh, let me just get that adjusted.
There we go.
There we go.
It clicked into place.
There we go.
Oh, win.
First time testing it out. So now
Now, is this an engine you can upload your own sounds, or
No, well,
you probably don't want to?
you probably have
because
to be a
it's
tech. You have to be a tech freak in order to do that.
custom.
There we go. All right. Now we're in business. We are cooking with gas.
All right.
Or smoke
Or
fluid.
steam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, obviously with this right here, you can use the Bluetooth, but also you can use the Cab 3 remote, or you can
Use
use
a traditional
right the Cab 2 or Cab 1.
or just a traditional power pack if
Right.
you want.
Absolutely. So, let's go ahead. We'll go through the features. We have the belt. With the little whistle. This must be the speaker.
Dispatcher, my engine's ready. Can I pull? Over. Please stand by. Out.
So that's the crew talk. You got the reverse coupler. Engage that. Now it doesn't have the forward one, so only for other steam locomotives or diesels. And then that's kind of the basics here with the Bluetooth. Obviously, there's a lot more, especially when you have the Cab 3 or the Cab 2 remote, but that's kind of the basics right here. But I mean, overall, you know, everything seems to be set. All we just got to do is go ahead and give it a run and see how she does.
See how it rolls.
So we do it?
All right.
All right. I like the stack talk on this.
The jive rods of things.
What do you think, Renee?
It is nice. Does it have directional rear lights when it's in reverse?
Yes, it does. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this to a stop and I'll show you. Oh, and you see here that
I see the light. That's
the
pretty
light's
cool.
right there. So, in reverse, there's a light.
Oh, there it. Oh, he lights up the number. That's cool.
I really like that stack talk. That's one of the things I really with Lionel's. They have the stack talks, even kind of like the sounds. It really has a good bass to it.
It does. And I know from our going there, you know, how they work with the capturing the sounds from the actual locomotives.
Right.
And working with the sound files. It's really interesting,
Yep.
you know.
Definitely smoky. So for those who want all the bells and whistles, I think so far you're pretty much going to be happy with this one.
You're going to get them. So.
Yep, that's right. So right now, working on a review for this, hoping to have it out here.
Next couple,
Yep.
2 or 3 weeks, so depending on our availability. But yeah, it's in the works.
Yep, absolutely. Now, if you're interested in these Mikados, whether it be 1003 or anyone's in general, check your hobby shop, check your dealer. If you really want the 1003 right here, I would definitely recommend Summerfell's Trains and Hobbies up at Butler.
You could buy this actual one.
Yep, that's
if you
right.
want.
And they're going to be having a few of those at Train Fest.
That's right.
Very cool. All right, well, Lucas and Renee, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank
And,
you.
It's a fine-looking model, one we're very familiar with in this part of the country, as it's housed up at the Auto Museum in Hartford. So definitely something worth checking out if you want to see the real thing. In fact, usually in early November, it is rolled out for the Santa train in downtown Hartford too, so you can get up close and personal. If you have kiddos, or grandkids, you can have them go onto the caboose and talk to Santa Claus too. So you want to check that out. So guys, thanks again.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We'll get back to Lucas a little bit later, though. 'cause
Yeah, that's
he's got
right.
Another large locomotive to
wait.
show off.
It gets only bigger and bigger.
But for now, we're going to head back to the workshop because MR editor Eric White has his fun run train ready. And we're going to be taking a look at some Lehigh Valley equipment this time around. It's always neat to see our different modeling interests, and we get to come and run trains on the new East Troy Industrial Park layout. And let's check in here and see if Eric has his train ready to go. And it looks like he does. Mr. White, I will turn the show over to you, and you can tell us about your fun run train.
All right, well, let's see. I got to pull it out from behind the curtain here.
All right.
This is sort of one of those, it's a preview of what I'm hoping to build someday. So we have fabulous Lehigh Valley NWT there from Walther. The Roman Haas boxcar was a tribute to my paternal grandfather who worked for the company back in the 70s. And then we've got some New York Central and Penn Central stuff. My goal is to build a Lehigh Valley Penn Central double-deck layout connected by the Bell Dell branch of the Pennsylvania or Penn Central Railroad. So that's why there's ore jennies, because they would have brought ore up from Philly to Bethlehem Steel and Bethlehem. and I plan to build a highly condensed version of the Roman Haas plant in Bristol, PA. You got me lined into an open track
Got you
there?
line through on the main, unless you want to go into the passing side of here. We can
No,
go
I
into
can.
it.
Nope, I'm on my this over here.
You know, and that's one thing, Eric, we often talk about. And this is just such a great time to be in the hobby because so many prototype-specific cars are coming out now. You know, we kind of are shifting away from the kind of stand-in models to now we can get very specific cars for many of our favorite prototypes.
We can, yeah. I mean, that Roman House car is neat, and I know it's not a prototype car at all. I don't think Roman House ever owned any freight cars. And most of their products they're a plastics company, or they were, they're not part of DuPont. So most of their stuff would be tank cars and carbon hoppers.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to say for my purposes that they put sheets of plexiglass in those box cars and ship them out
There you go.
for model railroaders to build sneeze guards around their layouts.
Yeah, so this has been a lot of fun just seeing the different things that we're working on our home layouts. And, you know, hopefully we can share more with different modeling projects that we're working on here in the coming months. So what do you have here, Eric? It looks
Yeah,
like
well, we'll run the train around and go back.
all right.
Looks like been switching here.
KJ, do we have any questions that have come through?
I'm looking. We've got a lot of folks that have chimed in and said hello and greetings and whatnot, but a couple of them popped up specifically about the E-tip layout. Michael wanted to know on the benchwork, what did you use? Was it plywood or foam on the top?
It was plywood, and then we topped it with Woodland Scenics, some of the Woodland Scenics foam. You can kind of see, in fact, I think is that a piece of it right here, Eric?
Yeah, here's some.
Yep. So you can kind of get an idea of the basic setup of the layout here. There's sculpted mold as well. Was used in here. I think did we use some extruded foam insulation board as well?
I think there is some stacked up under here.
Yeah, so it's kind of a mix and match. You can see here how some of the sculpt mold was used to blend in the edges here where we had elevation changes. But this area here kind of gives you a nice idea of the basic construction that we used. The really nice thing with the foam top here is that we could easily get in, especially like when we were adding the fences here. It was real easy to come in with either an awl or a pin vise appropriately sized and a drill bit just to go in and put the mounting legs into the foam, glue it in place with white glue. We were good to go. So we have Eric's doing a runaround move here on his train.
Let's see, is this the right one? No, maybe this one. Hmm? Yep.
Really nice to see East Troy coming alive with activity here. So.
Yeah. It was for Lehigh Valley engineers wondering how you ended up in Wisconsin. And I was in New Haven RDC on the station trail.
And of course, Eric Rapido just announced some more northeastern cabooses, and I noticed there were Lehigh Valley and a couple different versions.
Yeah, so the Lehigh Valley had two batches of them. One batch had porthole windows on the end. The others either had no window or the square window that you see on this model here. And so one of the fun things about the Lehigh Valley is that you could conceivably model a large part of their roster and fit it onto a home runway.
And I know one of the new paint schemes too, we were just talking about this at lunch the other day, was the bicentennial paint scheme too, which you said is actually predates 1976 a little bit.
Yeah, see, I think 1974 they did that.
Okay.
I don't recall exactly, and I'm sure there's somebody from the Anthracite Railways Historical Society who can tell me whether I'm right or wrong. No, we want to go in reverse. There we go. A couple up of them. Oh, good. Yeah, it's a primarily white car with a whole bunch of, I think, blue stars on it.
Okay.
And I remember reading somewhere a comment on a photo caption about the guys in the shop must have gone nuts with the star mask. And
Yes.
They started throwing them up there everywhere.
Alright.
Alright, we're clear.
Oh, you want to go back in here?
Yeah, go back down the side.
Alright.
Never too fast, man. And one thing you can't do in model railroading that was real typical during the Lehigh Valley days was to kick cars. Probably wouldn't do that with a police.
No.
Come back and fill out some paperwork and get you fired.
Here as well, so we can get you uncoupled. Yes, there is. Yeah, we don't want to be launching cabooses off the end of the layout here.
They're a little pricey to drop to the floor.
Yes.
While you're running trains there, I'll mention that several folks have chimed in. In fact, Jason from Chattanooga, hi, how are you? He's been looking at the webcam, which is another place you can see the progress. When Sean and David and Cody and folks are working on it, our Trains.com webcam is accessible through the Trains.com video site. And usually Thursdays and Fridays are when they're working on the layout. Once they've shot the photo for the cover of the January 2026 issue, they'll be able to come back and work some more on it, and you can follow them through that too. So,
And of course, KJ2 people can sometimes catch us on Wednesdays too when we're filming product review videos.
of course, yeah.
We just filmed our first one yesterday with the Burlington Route Jeep 7 here. So it's usually Wednesday mornings, every other Wednesday. So it'll be a couple weeks before we do our next product review video shoot. But again, check that out as well. It's kind of a nice change of scenery. We've been using the Winston-Salem southbound tar branch for many months now, and it's served us well, but it's nice to have a little different background for our trains to be demonstrated in. Alright, looks like Eric is getting his train put back together here. Good. Let's see, make sure you're tacked on here, Eric.
Get it? No, didn't get it.
Let's see, it's kind of right in that tricky spot here to get at. So, let's see, I'm not sure we got a couple yet. Oh. They're snagged somewhere here. Let's see, oh, we're out of it. No, you should be good to go, Eric.
Okay. Oh, let me get the rear brakeman down there to line up the couplings.
Yeah, that's one thing we should talk about here too. We often think about Jeeps and 6-axle units, things like that, for power for a layout. But certainly on smaller layouts like this, an end cap switch would be more than appropriate.
Sure, yeah.
And lately we've been really blessed with an abundance of end cab switchers. Walther's just came out with a new run of its Proto Series NW2 locomotives. I've just got some announcements in from
Let's catch it here.
who the trip pin is grabbing somewhere.
Something with that.
Oh, I see the coupler on this trailing coupler here on the B end is looks like it's a little low.
Time to break out the NMRA gauge.
Yes, these cars are right out of the box and never been run before, so.
Like I was saying though, Rapido is also coming out with an SW9, both EMD and GMDD prototypes as well. So there's plenty of great end cap switchers coming to the market in HO scale. So those are definitely worth checking out. And speaking of new products worth checking out, I've got some more new products here at the desk we can take a look at. And first one up here, KJ, I think this just came in today, didn't it?
Yes.
The box just arrived from the printer here with Great Model Railroads 2026. Eric and I worked really hard along with the rest of the team here putting this out. Our designers Tom Daneman and Scott Kroll. Illustrator Kelly Yeager did a wonderful job on the track plans in this SIP as well. So again, you want to check that out. It'll be hitting newsstands soon. Been doing great model railroads now for, gosh, Eric, what, getting on 30 plus years, I want to say?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, but we got 9 layouts in this year's issue. I'll open up the table of contents here. I don't want to give away the whole show, but you can at least get an idea of the different stories and scales here. So the scales are represented on the end here. So you can see HON, O3 rail, things of that nature. But definitely an issue you will want to check out. So you can get that at your favorite Fire Crown Media retailer, or you can go on to shop.trains.com and order your copy as well. So speaking of new products, like I said, we have some new box cars from Scale Trains that have come in. These are HO scale models that are part of the manufacturer's rivet counter line here. I'm going to put on my other glasses so I can see what I'm pointing at here. So these are the Trinity 7,500 cubic foot capacity high cube cars. And as you can see, they come in a couple different versions here. You have the 8-foot double plug door box car and the 12-foot plug door version here. You can also see there's different horizontal bracing on the side here. The T-box car here has 3 layers of the bracing. The BNSF car has the single layer bracing. Some other features here, they've got 36-inch machine metal wheel sets. They have the 0.110 inch wheel tread. ASF motion control 110-ton trucks with raised foundry data. Another neat feature on these cars too is they have the reporting mark and road number printed on the faces of the side frames. And of course too, another thing we're seeing more and more these days on the high-end HO scale cars are the rotating bearing caps here. These cars are priced at $54.99 each. I'll get you the complete list of road names here. So the one is with the 8-foot double plug doors. We have TTX and 12 road numbers. Canadian National with DWC reporting marks. General American Marks Company with either with Laurinburg and Southern reporting marks, and Union Pacific. And then we have the single 12-foot cars here. Burlington Northern, Santa Fe, of course, and Atlantic and Western. And there are different paint schemes. Some of the BNSF cars have faded paint with some fresher patch outs to look like they've had some repairs made to them. Always a neat effect, kind of gets the weathering process rolling a bit for customers. One other thing I was going to point out too, is kind of neat on the TTX car here. You can see it's got the seams here where they've got all the different panel lines all sealed up like with a roof sealant on it. And then on the BNSF car, the roof is painted to match the body color here. I'll turn it around so you can see some of the details on the brake wheel end of the car as well. And like many of the Scale Trains offerings, they are available in multiple road numbers per paint scheme. Some of the cars, 1 number, up to 12 numbers depending on the paint scheme. And again, these are available at your favorite Scale Trains retailer, and they may also have some left at the manufacturer's website, so you want to head over to scaletrains.com to see what they have available as well. Now, one other thing that's really exciting here this time around is we are going to talk with Lucas, because he's been playing around with some dead rail. And Eric, I'll bring you back in here too, because I know this is a project that Lucas took on that was kind of born out of a clinic that you guys attended at the NMRA convention, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a guy up there who was talking